Is your market too tough? Well, today we are going to find out. But before I hop in today's show, and we're going to answer a question that came in from a listener on today's show, if you have not been to our site, check out nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/script. And there I've got a gift for you. It's the exact script that we use to qualify motivated seller, line by line, question by question. And when you use this script, you're not going to wonder what to say, right? I don't care whether you've never done a deal before and you can't get 2 words out of your mouth. You're going to know what to say right now by downloading the script. So go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/script and get that free gift from me today. So today's episode came from a listener. And if you want to have your question answered, by the way, you can send an email to support@nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com or hit me up on Instagram @Todd Toback, and we might play one of your questions. But let's play this question today. I'm so excited for it. So let's hear it.
My mentor actually told me that California is kind of very tough. So if I like to do it, I should go out to somewhere like Arizona in Yuma County. So I like your feedback on this.
So a great question, by the way. So the question was, my mentor said California market was too tough, right? Or you could say, my mentor told me blank market is too tough. Should I look in another market, right? An easier market. And this person, he said, should I try Yuma, Arizona? And he wants our feedback on this. So man, oh man, I love this topic. And the reason why is because I get it a lot, but it's very controversial. And I'm a big believer in the grass is not greener on the other side. But I am going to talk about some real stuff that may have an effect. And this really depends on you. And one of the things that I am going to talk about is you as an individual person. And that's going to depend on your risk tolerance. Do you want to do a bunch of easy or perceived easy small deals where you're making $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, or do you want to make a deal where you're making $50,000 or $100,000 or even $200,000 on a deal, right? And that depends on you. Now, if you're a listener of the show, you are probably attracted to it because I love big, fat, juicy, profitable deals, and I hate little wholesale deals that are $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 because after the cost of marketing, you're barely making money, and you should just go and get a job, right? It's just easier. Or work with somebody else who is doing big, fat, juicy deals and have them do the marketing and just earn commission checks. It'd just be less stress for you. That's my recommendation. But you can do bigger deals in these smaller markets. So I'm going to talk about that. But let me address tough markets like San Francisco or San Diego, LA, Dallas, Miami, New York, right? When you go to those markets, you are going to run into resistance, meaning that the people who are there have more money. There is less distress. There is more competition for people mailing for them. You have rehabbers and people who fix and flip competing for the same property. They are marketing directly to sellers, saturating the market more, right, than if not. Now, there are certainly deals out there, right? We just did a $60,000 deal in San Diego, and they're out there, right? This just happened. And so, my recommendation is do not let fear dictate where you're going to go. Now, if you are methodically thinking this through and you're like, wow, I want to go, that something has the best of both worlds, well, then I commend you. Right? I'm in a couple of markets, and San Diego is a tough market. We do big deals here. And then I have another market in Florida, which is still competitive, but not nearly as competitive as San Diego. We do big deals over there, right? Not as big as in San Diego, big deals over there, but those average about $35,000 a deal. So my question is, number one, don't do it out of fear, right? But do it at a strategic and methodical and well thought out. But let me throw out something before you decide to change a market. When you are working in your local market, you have several advantages. And one of the things that I love about these advantages, frankly, it makes my life easier and I make more money. And number one is you have boots on the ground. right? One of my mentors said, you always want to enter a business where you have strategic advantages. And this is huge. So if you live there, you may already have contacts with real estate agents, escrow companies, title companies, maybe potential employees, maybe people, associates who who want to come work with you, right? And so there's a huge advantage to that. Right now, we list a lot of our properties on the MLS. We have a good agent there. We have our title company. We have people who will run vendors who will clean a property out if we want to before we stick it back on the market, someone who will maybe throw paint on it. And so we're going to make a tremendous amount of money on these properties because of that, these small value adds that we do without completely fixing it up. If you go to a new market, you are going to have to redevelop those, and it's going to take some time. Is it bad? No, but it's just going to be some work. So I want you to be aware of that, right? And so why not use your advantages, right? Sometimes going to a new market's like pushing a string uphill when you're on the top of a mountain and all you got to do is run down. So don't give yourself more work if you have to. The other thing that you're going to have is the local market knowledge. I don't care what market you're in. Eventually, you're going to be able to, see, smell, taste the houses in your market. I know where I live is I can look at a house and tell you what it's worth because I've been in the business so long, but I know it way more locally than I do in my San Diego market than I do in my Florida market. Now, eventually my team, they know the Florida market like the back of their hand, right? They work there and they understand it, and that's good. But I have boots on the ground. It took me time to develop that. Okay. So where do I go? Number one is I really, really want you to consider your local market. If you're in a competitive market like San Diego or all the other markets that I recommended, give it 90 days. You got to market, and you've got to market hard. Go out there and pick your marketing channel, focus on it. Do not get distracted. Don't think about another market. Do not, talk about how you're going to expand. I want you to laser focus on this market because I promise you, there are big, juicy, giant deals sitting right now in your competitive market right now. And I don't care what stage you're at. If you listen to me and you're consistent, you will do deals. Now, if you go into one of these competitive markets and you get distracted with a quote unquote easier market, you are dead in the water. Forget about it. Just put up the white flag and do not do business in that tough market. It's going to take your full energy, but it's worth it. Okay. The fruit will be sweet. That's my recommendation to you is go tough in your market all out. If you decide to go against my advice, then here is my suggestion. Go find one market. And what I like is a price point where the median is right as of right now, right around $250,000. So you should be able to buy houses, right, for between 120, 150 and sell them for around, 200 to 250. So you can make nice $50,000 spreads. And so I like those markets. The price point will tell you a lot about how hot the market is because over time, right, if it's super, super hot, the values go up, right? But I really, really, really like that price point between $150,000 and $250,000, meaning I like to buy for $150,000 and I like to sell for $250,000. So I would take a look at that. If the price point is there, there's a very, very good chance that there's a lot of cash buyer activity going. And so you're going to be able to sell your properties very, very, very fast. So if you decide to go to another market, my recommendation is to get boots on the ground as soon as possible. Find a local real estate agent that you can work with, find a title company that you can work with, find a handyman that you can work with and can also do errands for you, right? And start developing that right away. By the way, also find a notary, right? You get those 4 people, that's kind of like your core team because a lot of them can do various things, right? Your broker can run errands, your handyman can run errands, your notary can run errands, your title company can give you other resources, your broker agent can give you a ton of resources. So develop that immediately, get in the market, and don't all of a sudden think, oh my God, I picked the wrong market and jump to another one. Because I find people who are like, oh, I've got to jump to this market because it's easier. And then as soon as they get into that market, they think they picked the wrong one. And so the theme I'm getting to is the grass is not greener on the other side. If you're being strategic and methodical and you make a decision, Make that decision fast and change it slow. One of the core principles in Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is really successful people make their minds up very, very quickly, and they change them very, very slowly. So is your market the wrong market? My hunch says no. Okay, go all in. Go for it. You can do deals in your market. Do not get distracted. Make it happen. But if you don't listen to my advice and you decide to go to Yuma, you're going to have a new set of challenges there. But hey, that's okay, right? Go ahead and build the team there immediately. Go all in. Don't get distracted, okay? And let's make some money. If you have not downloaded the script at nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/script, what are you waiting for? Go there, download it, start making calls today in whatever market you choose, and I will talk to you on the next episode.